In the early 18th century, the American colonies were under the control of the British Crown. The British government enforced strict regulations on what could be printed and published in an effort to maintain control and suppress dissent. However, one trial would challenge this authority and pave the way for the development of freedom of the press in America, the Zenger Trial of 1735. John Peter Zenger, a German immigrant, arrived in New York City in 1710. He later became a printer and publisher, establishing the New York Weekly Journal in 1733. The journal was known for its criticism of the colonial governor, William Cosby, and his administration. Zenger saw himself as a defender of the freedom of the press, believing that the public had a right to know the truth about their government. Zenger's writings in the New York Weekly Journal did not go unnoticed by the colonial authorities. In 1734, Zenger was arrested and charged with seditious libel for publishing articles criticizing the government. Seditious libel refers to the act of inciting rebellion against the government through written or printed works. Zenger faced the possibility of harsh punishment if found guilty. The trial took place in the colonial capital of New York, with Chief Justice James Delancey presiding over the court. Zenger's legal team, led by Andrew Hamilton, argued that the articles published by Zenger were true and therefore not libelous. Hamilton challenged the authority of the British government to suppress free speech and press in the colonies. The trial captured public attention, and it became a symbol of resistance against British oppression. Zenger's case became a rallying point for the freedom of the press and the right to criticize the government without fear of retribution. Hamilton's defense strategy was revolutionary at the time, arguing that the truth should be a defense against charges of libel. After a lengthy trial, the jury returned a verdict of not guilty. The decision shocked the British colonial authorities as it challenged their control over the press. The Zenger trial marked a significant turning point in the fight for freedom of the press in America. The trial's outcome established an important legal precedent. It established the principle that truth should be a defense against charges of libel, reinforcing the idea that the press should be free to criticize the government without fear of prosecution. The Zenger trial laid the foundation for the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, which guarantees freedom of speech and of the press. The Zenger trial also had a profound impact on public opinion. It inspired other printers and journalists to express their views and challenge the government's authority. The case demonstrated the power of the press in shaping public discourse and influencing public opinion. The Zenger trial is remembered as a pivotal moment in the history of freedom of the press. It showcased the courage of those who fought for the right to critically examine and question their government, setting the stage for the development of a democratic society with a free press.